Hello，我们今天来继续我们的福尔摩斯之旅。废话不多说，直接开始哦，继续。半月节。哦，对，就是我想起上次的剧情了，就是我们本来要去吃很恶心的饭，然后结果不晓得为什么他哥哥被抓了。哎，为什么又是你？到底是华生喜欢看他，还是福尔摩斯喜欢看他
All you need now is a shawl and a mock cap, and you could be Mrs. Hudson's younger sister. 之前的信，植物可以用来杀人。他的名字是大侦探福尔摩斯。这应该就是最后一个事件了吧？走吧。 A map of London.
哎，我现在去半月街。我现在去哪里？半月街。这样我先去半月街好了。因为半月街可能会触发什么对话。
Holmes, poor little Wiggins needs our help.
好，只能走这里。有点阴暗，有点讨厌。哦，到了吗？
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in 88.
开膛手杰克。
But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Marrow. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stat fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
混混跟珠宝商人。
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
What were the fireworks in honour of, Constable?
Yeah.
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Ah, yes, I appear to have lost track of the days. It is May now, of course. Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats. and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen to look up at Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
要查一下尸体。哦，应该是这个纸吧。木块。
A piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look. This shard of wood is quite new. The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
这时候已经没救了嘛。手。哦，口袋有东西。
This is an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
门。
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant.
不是马上死亡。
The bullet penetrated his stomach, a dreadful wound. Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die. A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there.
西门监狱。
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
这边有一根杆子。哦，证人一。
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Marrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story? Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I
quickly got up, I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand, and I rushed towards the window. I looked down, and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was standing nearby.
Where exactly?
Well, near this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
他证词不可靠。
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
Hmm? 脸上竟然没有特征。是一个老兵。
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
好。 没用了，你说的话不可信。
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
好吧，我们这个老太太应该是老太太吧
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
哦，好。
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from the fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him. Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Did you see anyone else leaving Half Moon Street, prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
对啊，他很冲突的证词呢。
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
没事没事，别紧张别紧张，孩子。为什么他听得到枪响啊？哦，原来这里都是离开。这里哦，这里没有，所以就是该那一小区了。好小啊！再跟他交谈。
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
这小说话好假。
Mr. Turner appears to live very modest. This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
1小时。止血。
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here. These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago. This kitchen knife is quite sharp. There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
这还真不明显。
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago. A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims. Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Anything else you would like to know, Mr. Holmes?
好，看窗户。
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
"靠近尸体，用刀切子。" 应该是他先起床，然后打开窗户，靠近尸体，然后放好拐杖。 这样刀切子，然后再丢进火炉吧。还有些什么吗？我也可以快进啊，真贴心。啊，快进！回来，放好拐杖，然后再切了过后把它丢掉。
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
对啊。
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look. Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Wow. 可是这样它切纸干嘛呢？
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age, and when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
你缺脚啊？
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something, or someone, in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm
偷
just
袭
a
的
poor
钱。
man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
That's why it's better to stay at home at night.
你这个小偷都这么老了，都老兵了，还在那边搞偷盗，应该是没有什么值得调查的。再去找警察吧，应该是。
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard?
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
This mirror is turned towards Half Moon Street.
"好，先去警察局吧。那个应该是要去查档案的。其实可以在马车上看吗？不知道。
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
主要还是那个枪的问题吧。不是的，停时间，还是政务房。
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder. Two out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots. A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt. These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting.
左轮，枪响。 听到的枪声不同，这边有一个东西要调查。吧，去问他吧。就一个人的时候，不是应该会自动在里面吗
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
哇，伤疤好大。
I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
很好。
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work, and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw 2 men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head, and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead, and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it, and then I followed the third man.
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner, and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
感觉不是这样。
Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.
听不到脚步声。完全看不到办公室支援什么东西。油脂味精。西门监狱有坐过牢。眼睛，哦，拒捕。没注意到他的眼睛。
Leighton, I confess I am puzzled. Why should a young lad like you take a gun from the hands of a dead man and set off in pursuit of a probable killer?
I know. I keep wondering that, but at the time it was like a reflex. A criminal ought to be arrested, and he was armed.
You were willing to risk your life. That was a little foolish, unless you wanted revenge.
No, Mr. Holmes. I was just being brave and stupid.
怎么可能？特纳的证词不能信了吗？门钥匙应该没有关系。难道西门监狱？
I was just being brave and stupid.
I'm sure that you were, but I believe that you may have recognized one of the victims, Brian Vercotti. You knew that gentleman well, did you not?
However could you know that?
You have a typical tattoo of the Westgate Brotherhood upon your hand. I observed exactly the same mark upon Mr. Vercotti. You came to know him from your sharing a past prison sentence. Am I correct, Mr. Chapman?
Oh, God. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Would you tell me a little about Brian Vercotti?
We were convicted for a robbery. Once in prison, both of us joined one of these fraternities. During that year, we tried to help each other out, you know?
You were quite young then, I believe.
Yes, Mr. Holmes, we were. We'd only stolen a pound of meat. After we were released, and when I saw what my little brother had become, I decided to work towards living an honest life.
And Vercotti?
He had a hard time. His sister had died in a Whitechapel dispensary while he was in prison. He had no family anymore. Our paths split. He fell back into crime.
So you lost him?
Yes. And for around 2 years, I heard no news of him at all.
We shall see you soon, young man.
关系，我们先去。好
Mr. Holmes?
我先回去调查那个手环好了。羊头标记，报纸，应该是伤口类泛聚水武器。
That is not the one I need.
还原骷髅和十字宗
That is
教。
not the one I need.
圣辛迪加不是。武术犯罪学。化学。武术。上不完成，从瀑布中活下来。福尔摩斯梗啊！金手环。
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need.
诶，刚才不是有说它是
That is not the one I need.
羊头的标记。
That is not. That is not.
这不是符号吗？
That is.
手杖术。
That is not.
法医伤口。
That is not.
并且这毒药。化学。
That is.
气化氯气应该不是。
That is not the one. That is. That is not the one I need. That is not the.
食人族。
That is not the one I need. That is not the one I need. That is not the one. That is not the. That is. That is. That is. That is not the one. That is not the one I need. That is.
学字、血色袭击、
That
白
is
胶
not the
塔、
one I.
防御术丑闻、
That is. That is not the.
爆炸码头袭击丑闻、警察局袭击暴风雪、 电话系统。
That is not the
画像。布里兵团战败。探案机。首相。东非公司木乃伊。墓穴爆炸。肆虐乌干达财产税，诶，到底是什么？建筑学、经济学、科技、历史。
That is not the one I need. That is not.
他到底是要什么啊？不可能是植物啊。
That is not the one. That is
经济。
That is
哦，找到了，希腊哦，是建筑学。哦，它是一整。哦，沉浸失窃。
Here it is.
所以它是一
I
组
need to
的。
continue my research in my archives.
利用古董，1885年。
That is not the one I need.
哦。台服。
Here it is. One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
好，接下来就要去当铺了。好，先研究一下金钥匙怎么用。
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
哦，可能是去当铺用了吧。这里应该就是回家。 这里吗？不是。你呢？不跟我说话。你呢？哎，你也不需要做这么多场景啊。
Mr. Butler.
好，果然那个钥匙是吻合的。好。 调查一下这个架子。
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer. A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
应该是等下要做实验用的。调查一下柜台。哦。
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 Rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Oh.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
相同的陈述就像是没有抢劫。就像是，它跟这个不行。 者的手肘戒指没找到，好，回到半夜街区吧。
Locked.
原来这些门都可以看它可以被打开的嘛。好。
What's up with you, lad? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for my brother to be released.
Your brother?
The one that you caught, beat up and imprisoned.
Ah, the murderer.
He ain't killed no one, copper.
Watch your mouth, lad, else you'll be joining that worthless brother of yours.
警察，你这样不好。
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
有可能被开了2枪。
I am unable to see any higher. I need to find something to lift my lamp.
好，这决定是你了。
This should be useful.
Oh, 有了。
This is most definitely a bullet hole. The brick cracks are fresh. Watson, there was a third shot fired in this street.
第3枪，2位受害者。 应该就不是了吧？哎，也不对。哦，应该不是。 面马洛提灯经过。
Constable Marrow, I would value your assistance in this investigation.
It would be my pleasure, Mr. Holmes.
I would like to make sure that there are no places in Half Moon Street where a man could hide while you were running through it with your lamp.
All right, Mr. Holmes, what should I do?
Take your lamp and start walking, just as you did before, and try to find me.
Understood.
Huh. 这是什么情况？从这里走过来，然后转身，然后再转过来。
No, this is not how I walked at the time of the crime. I was more attentive. Let's start over again.
OK， 再走过来。找福尔摩斯。
I can see you very well, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
对，那也确实找不到啊。嘿。
Here you are, Mr. Holmes.
All right, Constable. Let's try again. I'll find another place to hide.
你们在玩什么鬼躲猫猫？哎，这是真的找不到我。哎，看到了。
Mr. Holmes, it wasn't difficult to find you at all.
It is obvious now. No one could escape Constable Marrow's lamp while hiding in the street.
只能向上爬。好。
Mr. Holmes, did you see my brother at Scotland Yard?
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation.
Oh, what? 好吧，这次要去当铺了。感觉很多东西，可是就是不能连起来。不是每个门都可以互动的。好，再看一下这边。好。什么声音？好吧。
These tools are exactly what I need to climb the wall.
然后再投一发闪光弹。
This is exactly what we need in order to imitate the flash of the fireworks.
然后再返回半月街。 再跟警察讲个话。
Why are you looking at me all the time like that?
I'm just watching you, lad. I never know what to expect from people
为什
like
么你不
you.
喜欢小鬼啊？
People like me?
Yes, street beggars and thieves.
What?
I ain't a thief.
Oh no. Then where did you get whatever it is that you're gnawing on? I very much doubt that you bought it.
What ain't seen can't hardly be stolen.
哇，这是干嘛的？
Constable Marrow, Watson, I would like to perform another kind of reenactment with your help.
I'm listening, Mr. Holmes.
I want to check if Leighton's testimony can be trusted. If someone could vanish into thin air at a specific moment.
But Holmes, I don't see how.
I am going to be the mysterious gentleman whom Leighton followed. I will stand exactly where he saw him before he was blinded by the flash. Watson, you will be Leighton. When I fire the signal flare, you should start to chase me.
I understand, Holmes.
You, Constable Marrow, just play your part and do exactly as you did. Just, please, wait 5 seconds after the signal flare. I doubt that Polly Powell would have screamed any earlier.
As you say, Mr. Holmes.
Let us begin then. Catch me if you can.
好。好。要爬这里，爬这里，还是爬这里？我爬这里的。
This wall is cast in shadow. It would be difficult to see anyone scaling it.
哦，是这个吗？嗯，我D。哦。 哦，要一直点，然后 A， 点
I can
D，
barely see anything.
A， 点
Holmes? Are you there? Where is he? My God, a man can't just disappear like that.
那就爬在墙上。
Holmes? Holmes? Where are you?
I cannot see you, Mr. Holmes. Dr. Watson, it seems that Mr. Holmes has disappeared.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I am up here, above your heads.
How on earth did you get up there, Holmes?
I am using crampons and a climbing axe, although the person we are looking for did not leave any traces of such tools. Constable, is there any way to get to the top of this building?
Yes, Mr. Holmes, I can show you. The door to the building can be found from Whitechapel Street.
Gentlemen, I am on my way down.
This is the back door of the building with the attic floor that you required, Mr. Holmes.
是这里吗？哦。我找一下有没有。
These shards of glass are from the window above. Someone broke through the window to get inside the attic, but in his haste he ripped his jacket. A cluster of thick black threads. They're unusually strong. I should examine them under the microscope. We can conclude that the person whom Leighton saw climbed up the wall, broke into the attic window, and escaped through the hatch. Locked. Locked.
Hmm. 所以现在我要去调查这个线。
Let us take a closer look. It is not a thread, but a hair. I very much doubt that it is human. I need to compare this sample with a human hair and a horse hair.
How?
A shaving brush is usually made from horsehair. Watson, could you please pass me your shaving brush?
Here you are.
Watson, look, what's outside the window?
Well, I don't see anything. Ouch! Holmes!
Oh, don't make such a fuss. One little hair.
好坏啊。
This is a most unusual hair. Human hair is significantly thinner than the black sample. The horse hair is thinner than the hair that we found. So, this black hair belongs to an animal, and it is larger than a horse. A hair from a large and exotic animal.
Huh?马戏团。好。立刻逃离。好。 我们现在去找马戏团吗？啊哦，还有东西。哦，爬墙者跟他撑住，对对对。好。 上消失的哦，手枪是他拿走的。好，我要讲找马戏团演员。
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
下面找啊！哇塞，不要挡着我！ 我要叫小鲜肉上来帮忙。但是这次不是这边叫。好吧，我去音乐街找他好了。感觉又可以看到警察来霸凌我们的小孩子，对。
Wiggins, my lad, what are you doing here? You'd best be leaving and be quick about it.
I've done nothing wrong. You'd learn more by watching Mr. Holmes. He knows exactly what he's doing. Not like you.
Oi, watch your tongue.
喂，你们两个好好相处啊！孩子，你在哪里呢？
Mr. Holmes?
We have good news for you, Wiggins. The investigation has proven very interesting so far. We found facts and details that confirm your brother's innocence.
I knew it, Mr. Holmes.
But for now, Wiggins, we need your help.
Anything you like, Gov.
I need you to locate a circus that has stopped over in London. It needs to have disposed of at least one exotic animal, a very large one.
You can count on me, Mr. Holmes.
他要怎么瞬间找到这个？第二天的凌晨。
I do hope that those children don't get into trouble, Holmes.
Don't worry, Watson. I predict some news in 7 seconds.
Mr. Holmes, we found it. Here it is.
And this is a young Indian elephant, the highlight of the show. Duval Brothers, a well-known travelling circus that is currently stopped in London. I believe that is exactly the type of circus we are looking for. I'll pay it a visit.
好，哦，昨晚东西没了。哇，看来这个案件不简单。哦，东西还在。
Aye, you! Stop right there!
Good morning, sir. Pardon me, but why am I not allowed to walk around here?
Because it's private.
Well, I only wanted to meet the artistes.
Hmm? You're wanting to apply for... Nah. You don't look like the type of, artistic lockpicker that we're looking for.
You might be surprised.
What? There. I don't think so. Clear off.
怎么这么凶呢？
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
还要乔装。
You're a bit slow to catch on, eh? Get lost.
换一件衣服。好过分了。 便携手套。啊，我觉得应该是强盗服。他 他没说什么吗？算了，不要。不是强盗服吗？还有些什么比较特别的衣服？便携手套是什么意思？他什么都没说哎。好。无纽扣衣服也是哦，无纽扣衣服是锁起来的。我觉得是强盗服啦，我试试看好了。
Holmes, I won't be able to join you. I promised to visit a patient today.
唉，为什么老是你？换个人好吗？
Hello, Toby. All you need now is a shawl and a mock cap, and you could... I would be easily recognized without facial hair.
哦，原来是要胡子嘛。少一点好了。好，就这样。
It's all right, Watson. I think that I can handle this. I'd better wear a shabby hat.
看起鬼鬼祟祟的帽子。唉，就你一次给我说清楚啊！好，就这样。
I'd better wear a shabby hat.
鬼鬼祟祟的帽子。啊，好难挑啊！那你知道你的鬼鬼祟祟是长什么样啊？好，应该是这个样子啊。
Stay where you are. What are you doing here, and where is Sherlock Holmes?
What?
Calm down, Watson. Take deep breaths now. It's me.
Oh, thank God, Holmes. I can't get used to your disguises.
Thank you, Watson. That means I am ready to go.
Huh?
Holmes, I won't be able to join you. I promised to visit a patient today.
It's all.
好，真麻烦。
Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Nigel. I'm here to open the locks.
Talented, eh? Let's see. Go inside the marquee and show yourself to Charles Foley. And I'd highly advise you not to trick him. Got that?
I've got it.
海边音呢？看起来是没有什么可以值得调查的东西啊。 哇，这个地方真的有点不管这里。真的没有什么值得调查的东西呢。
So, everything is here just as you asked. And what about the money?
Some of the barrels are wet.
Transportation issues, it couldn't be helped.
Whatever. We'll be here after midnight to pick up the supplies.
I want to be paid first.
No. You'll be paid after we make the transfer, as I said.
Right.
I hope that no one saw you. The police are on the lookout.
Of course not. I'm a professional.
Glad to hear it. Be ready for tonight then.
啊，你们今晚要搞事情？
This wooden barrel is damaged. It is difficult to say what is inside. There is a spot on this barrel that was intentionally painted out. The crest of the Honourable Artillery Company. Could it be gunpowder? I need to be sure. Judging by the fractions and the scent, I can confirm that it is, in fact, gunpowder. The barrels are roughly clustered. It seems as though they were brought here in a hurry.
我要，你们打算干什么？
That's a picture of a contemporary gentleman wearing a Robin Hood hat. Interesting. From lambs into lions. Those are words of encouragement and defiance. This poster was clearly made to fire up rebellion amongst the people. This printing press is old, but still quite capable of printing hundreds of pages per day. There are enough posters to paste across half of London's walls.
你们想干嘛？
Powder kegs, a printing press, and a great many blank papers. All of this was stolen by the Merry Men quite recently. And these poster samples. I am quite sure it is not a coincidence. The Merry Men are planning some sort of sabotage.
Stop right there. Who are you?
Are you Charles Foley?
Maybe.
They say that I can open any door.
Do they now? We'll see that lock near the chains on the table over there. Open that.
哦，他手还带着古董，有没有搞错啊？手指还受伤了，点不到手指，这边可以。 是。 来福是这家伙吧？啊，没关系，先解锁。这个有点简单。好，先找第一根线，然后好，有一个可以上下移动的，这里。哟，这个青色的不对，还有吗？诶，没了。等等哦。哦，原来在这儿。啊，这个还可以转，应该就是这里了吧？好，可以。宝藏不是跟古董戒指？啊，枪跟古董戒指有什么关系？这样简单的判定好吗？
Ah, well, they're right. What's your name?
Nigel Shirley, from York.
Ah, Nigel from York. Never heard anything about you. How'd you hear about me?
你认识我？说他是如意的盗贼好了。
It's a long story. I met your brother, Vincent the Butcher Foley, in prison. He told me all about his betrayal, and all about you. Before I was released, he told me that you might find a job for me one day, and pay me some money for me craft.
Well, he died. 7 days ago, in prison.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. The traitor has paid the blood price for it.
你是怎
And
么
you'll
知
do
道
the job anyway, because I need a talented lockpicker. I know just where to search for his legacy.
It's all about the Hellenistic treasures, isn't it?
Osh, you fool. Now, listen up. You'll come with us tonight, and you better mind yourself.
Us? Wait, who's coming then?
Billy, Jack and me.
And what will I get for that?
We'll share the loot. The one you seem to know about.
Right.
Wait for us at the abandoned manor house on a corner of Ladbroke Grove and Kensington Park Road at midnight.
Deal.
We'll see you at the manor, Nigel.
Eh? Oh. This人。 之前这些东西是可以连在一起的。好，没关系，没关系。所以我现在要庄园的锁。诺丁希尔 重点。
Here I am at the manor. Somewhere inside it are the Hellenistic treasures. This lock is quite old. It shouldn't be much of a challenge.
Huh. Oh. 好，一样是上面就一根线。这里竟然有2根，而且还可以上下移动。那应该就不是它了。
I need to find where the safe is hidden and lockpick it.
找到保险箱。
This cupboard is an absolute mess. Several books have fallen from the shelves. It seems as though this cupboard can be moved. I'll give it a try.
Oh, 找到了。
So, that's the lock I must open tonight. Let me see.
哎，怎么又是这种锁？好，哎。 这个应该在这里没有错。但是这一条，哎，有趣。这条在这里。 就是这一中间，啊哈！哦
What a surprise! Another lock. And I won't be able to pick it. I recall that precious key around Foley's neck. It might prove a decent fit. I suppose they hired me to only open the first lock. Let us wait for the thieves, trap them, and find out. Let us check the thieves' possible escape routes in the event that they are caught off guard by the police from the front door. This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency. A solid rope. This should be useful.
我怎么把椅子拿走的？
A solid. The door is now blocked. The door is now blocked. The ground floor window is a perfect way to escape the police.
过来，砸门。啊。
I wonder what this old chandelier is doing on the floor. It looks as though it was poorly attached. I suppose that the thieves already tried to open the lock with this formidable hammer, but they were unsuccessful. Although this window is high above the ground, it would be possible for one of the thieves to attempt to use it for their escape. This should be useful.
串珠。哦，串珠原来撒在楼梯口嘛。 没有这个选项吗？哦，还有。
This works very well. No one will escape through this window now.
哦，还有一个是。 这个椅子不能吗
？This should be useful.
然后拿这个线。哦，下面还有一个通道。
There is no ladder. If anyone falls here, he will need assistance to get out.
好。
The door is now blocked. The door... One step on these beads, and our thief will go flying. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined.
还要注意一条绳子。
The thieves won't attempt to escape through the front door if the police are right behind it. The door is now blocked. This door is a perfect means of escape in an emergency.
所以现在。
Any thief who finds his way upstairs will roll down very quickly. The door is now blocked.
哦，我知道了，这边还要放一条。
This hatch leads to a cellar.
还有一点东西。还需要什么呢？吊灯。
Now, if anyone takes the hammer, the rope will uncoil and make the chandelier fall. If he runs through the dining room and takes a sledgehammer to force open the door, the chandelier will knock him down.
好，剩下的就是。 好哦，还有地毯。
This should be useful.
没注意到它。哎，保险拆可以再调查。
What a surprise!
好，应该不行了。啊，再铺上地毯。
Now, it's not an open hatch, just a nice carpet on the floor. I should walk carefully here, else my plan will be ruined. Now, if a thief runs through the kitchen, he'll pay a surprise visit to the cellar. The traps for my circus companions are all prepared. I can leave now, but I'll return later. With Charles Foley and his companions.
不通知警察吗？你应该要通知警察。
Police! Police! Stop where you are! Where are they?
Trapped, Watson, with your assistance.
How so?
Well, you sounded just like a real bobby, my dear fellow. You startled them into the traps.
I did?
I assure you, Watson, it was quite an entertaining show. They will not escape the house now.
You scum!
And this is the pistol used for the murder in Half Moon Street.
How'd you know about that?
Oh.
Have you closed the case yet, Sherlock?
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Did you follow me?
Sherlock, it may seem that I used you, but you should be pleased to know that you have served our queen well, in this instance. So now, let us catch the big fish. But this man is not one of the merry men?
No.
Then why exactly are we here, Sherlock?
This gentleman, Charles Foley, has been involved in a double murder, and the hunter of a set of valuable antiques, the Hellenistic treasures, which disappeared in a theft many years ago.
You're no better than the coppers!
Oh.
Holmes, that is incredible. The Hellenistic treasures.
Indeed.
Nothing but trifles. Where are the merry men?
I don't know why you are asking me, Mycroft. They are yours to find.
I'll see you soon, dear brother.
他们要找到快活人。
Don't move.
总觉得
What
还
a
没完
beautiful collection of art. It was thought locked. The trap with the chandelier worked perfectly.
怎么总觉得东西还没完？
Holmes, I had no doubt that you would catch the thieves.
One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious. One of Foley's companions. He is unconscious.
看来我只能下这个结论呢。来福的复仇。哎，为什么这边写的是船长？ 这里翻译有问题啊，应该是有罪吧？左边应该是有罪。
Charles Foley, you were a witness to a double murder. You were standing next to Vercotti when Butler fired at your accomplice. The jeweler missed him, but they proceeded to kill each other with simultaneous shots. Even if your intention was to retrieve the stolen treasure, you did not intend to kill. I shall inform Inspector Lestrade of that fact, so your sentence should be the lighter.
You are a fine gentleman, with your fake pity.
I do what I think is right. It is never due to pity. Farewell, Foley. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
啊？是不是少了一点什么？
Be careful with the lamps. Don't bring them too close to the barrels.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Who's there?
That is of no importance. What matters is who you are and the plans that you have here.
So you can stop us from carrying them out?
Eventually, yes.
Hey, careful. You'll blow us all up.
I'm listening.
We are a group known as the Merry Men. But I suppose you knew that already. We are the men who've already lost everything of value in their lives. We are ruined shopkeepers. We are workers who were fired from their jobs. Honest people who were robbed. We were forced out from our homes and thrown onto the street. And all of this in the name of the so-called law. The laws that were set out by our government. The laws that make the commoners only more vulnerable and the wealthy more protected. We are not only from the British Empire. Some of us are from the New Lands, America, Australia, and we are many. But men we are still, and we are merry for that we stopped being afraid. For those powers that be had done their best to plant the fear inside our souls, and we accepted it so easily. The fear advised us to keep our heads bowed. It prevented us from fighting. Bankers and politicians, they own our lives, our work, our bread, and they push us to compete between each other, just to see who may serve them better. But in the end, they are the few, so they are weak. They are nothing without their titles. We should not fear them. Our so-called masters should fear us instead. The time has come for our group to stand tall. Our great and many merry men. We are going to blow up the London Stock Exchange. No life shall be lost. But ownerships, debts, and property titles? They shall all be destroyed. They're only papers, after all. So many people will be freed over this night.
That is a radical step to take. What result do you truly expect?
Chaos. But soon people will understand that they are free, and that they don't belong to anyone. They will be able to work for themselves, together, without letting the rulers dictate what to do, and finally justice will arise.
What you are intending to do is a crime. It is not justice.
How do you see justice, then? Kids go to prison for a loaf of dry bread. And how many lords do you see punished for stealing from their people? Sending them to their deaths in mines, or overseas to fight for land? Our masters wouldn't hear us. So now it's time to sing the song of the merry men. Will you let us do our duty?
怎么可能？阻止他们，还是不阻止他们？我觉得我不阻止他们也不用紧，哥哥会出现的。可阻止他们，我是觉得啦，这种东西就是那种人家唱了很久的贫富差距啊， 好了，阻止他们。
When people fight the Order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
哎，为什么你没事？
So, you're interested in Russian literature now?
Quite, lately.
It is an interesting book. I remember a few lines.
Really? I tried reading it myself, but I had a hard time understanding it.
Yes, Doctor. It's about intelligence. Sherlock, I vaguely recall one of the lines. Sometimes it takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. There were also a few words along the lines of pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. Tell me, Doctor, does my brother show any signs of pain or suffering?
Not that I know of.
Because you see, Doctor, behind all of his masquerade, my brother does possess a deep heart. So deep that he does not recall where he places his love.
Well, I'm sure that...
His love and his duty that, in the first place, should be directed towards the Empire. For without it, we would be nothing. A country filled with uncivilized men.
And the Empire needs order and discipline. It has no room for chaos.
People who commit crimes, or at the very least intend them, deserve punishment, Sherlock. Without justice, there can be no civilization.
But we serve the truth, not justice.
Your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral. Allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole Empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Oh.
Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our new neighbour. She urges you to remove your...
Oh, I don't care about that.
Holmes, the lady who will be moving in shortly has requested the use of our spare room to place all of her boxes.
Wait, what? A lady?
啊，为什么我会选择他无罪？我要选择他有罪。我要选择他有罪，他有罪。来福有罪，可是这个，唉。
Charles Foley, you committed the crime of premeditated murder and of theft. You will be severely punished for your deeds.
You are pitiful, you Scotland Yard dog.
Save your words for the gallows. I'm sure the journalists will love them. I shall leave now, Watson. Gentlemen, please take our friends here into custody.
Where are you going?
I have unfinished business. I'll see you at Baker Street.
这次我们看一下放走他们会怎样办。 又要听他叨逼叨。
Eventually, yes.
好，我试试看丢水桶。
When the law serves only the few, it can no longer be trusted. Every man is equal, and he has a right to choose his own way. And I shall not stop him.
哎，然后呢？会发生什么事？虽然最后我还是会点啊，不要倒回来点，我只想看会发生什么事。
So, you're in...
Quite lately.
It is an...
Really? A
Yes. They were all... Tell me.
一样哎。
Holmes, what just happened? What was that?
The start of a new world. Anything in the post, Watson? Any clients worthy of our attention?
Only a second reminder from Mrs. Hudson about our...
Oh... Wait. What?
让他炸还是不让他炸？还是不让他们炸好了。
Be careful. Who's...
Eventually, yes.
For the... We...
你这样炸没意义啊。
When people fight the order, they are too blind to see the consequences that throw society into chaos. I shall stop your actions, but not you. Run. Now!
So, your truth, Doctor, that may prove immoral, allowing people to terrorize London, destabilizing the whole empire.
Terrorize only the powers whom you serve, Mycroft. Not I, not Watson, not Mrs. Hudson, not Wiggins.
Sherlock, the merry men are to be stopped.
Not by me. You created the merry men. Stop them yourself. Only make sure that you don't create 10 more merry men by arresting the one.
Good night, Dr. Watson.
Anything in the... Wait.
好，接受决定。这是什么恐怖片开场？哦，结束了。这女人是谁？ 前事件的那几个。我老实说，个人觉得这游戏还不错啦。虽然剧情其实你硬要推敲，还是有些漏洞的，多少是反映了当时社会的一些情况啊。只是怎么说呢？就是它操作上还是有点问题，而且还有一点，尤其是那个寻宝过程中，会让人有3D 晕啊。像我这种不晕3D 的，都觉得有点不舒服。不过整体来说还算可以接受啦。不就是剧情还是经不起推敲，毕竟推理片嘛，你不能阻止人家去思考。可是你深究下来，那个推理也不是唯一可能。我剧情总体来说做的还是不错的，建模也还行。虽然说有点千篇一律啦，不过我觉得还不错，值得玩，值得玩。不过你要说封神嘛，可能就没有了。福尔摩斯抽烟的吗？思考些什么呢？任务 Crime and Punish Baker Street。完了，我们就看着他抽烟。回主菜单，我想看一下最后一封信是长怎样。哦，点击继续会这样。哦，我又会回到这里。应该是没了吧。好啦，这游戏应该就是这样没了，就留下了一个女人要搬来他们家附近。感想我刚才也说过了啦，我觉得还行。我觉得还不错啦，可以怎么说呢？你跟着剧情走，不要做太多纠结，还算是不错的。但是你一直去想它的话，感觉你就会觉得到处都是漏洞了。那也有人评价说，哎，这个就是感觉就是说什么就是什么，也没错啦。不过那时的，你要知道当时的情况确实是这样的。好啦，难度其实也不是很高，我还是值得一玩，我可以啦，我觉得可以。好啦。那就这样啦，我们在下一款游戏再见吧，大家拜拜。